Just waiting on my Instagram here, and then we'll get rolling. We've got a wonderful message today, which I think will be helpful to many of us. So, okay, there we go. Instagram has its Monday morning leg going on. So, there we are. Hello, welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. Hello. Yes, today it worked. Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. I just, I'm not sure why it didn't work yesterday. I did cutty pasty instead, but yeah, who knows? Technology. So, hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Yesterday was beautiful. Sat in the park for a huge chunk of time, watching people fish, watching kids play. It was a lovely way to round out the weekend. So, let's take some breaths. I think that would be good. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll do some tapping in a minute. Let's just breathe here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I notice I have this interesting shadow today on this arm. No idea what that's about. There it is. We'll notice and move along. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Hold. And let it go. Good morning to whomever else is here. Glad to have you. Welcome, welcome. And for the tapping, let's actually do the whole thing. And I don't know if any of you noticed, we're on my personal Facebook page, but I posted a cute little video of Jessica Ortner out on a walk doing the Every Little Cell in My Body song, which we do in yoga, which I thought was fabulous. So I tagged my yoga instructor and two of my fellow yogis in that class for, there were two of them actually. There was a guy who did Every Little Cell, and then there was Jessica. So I just thought they were cute as heck, so I posted them. So if you want a little pick-me-up for the day, check out my personal Facebook page and you'll find it there. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So everybody's kind of slow rolling in today. It is Monday. I'm up and ready. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but I'm ready to make it a good Monday. We'll see. So with the tapping, let's do everything and let's do the every little cell thing. Why not, right? So we're going to start side of the hand and let's focus on it from the point of grounding into Mother Earth. Good morning, Barb. Welcome. Glad you're here. Happy Monday. Grounding into Mother Earth, centering ourselves, being solid, strong, confident, competent, all the things, right? So the song goes, every little cell in my body. Let's see, wait. Every single cell in my body, every single cell is happy and well. Every single cell inside my body, every single cell is happy and well. I'm so glad every single cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every single cell in my body is happy and well. Nice deep breath. Let it go. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you guys are here. Welcome, welcome. We have Tosha today. Outrageous Openness, letting the divine take the lead. And by now you're all saying, is there anything in this book we haven't read? No, there isn't. But there's many things in this book that we could benefit from reviewing. So today we are reviewing the Karma Torch. The Karma Torch, which is on page 97. So if you have the book and you want to follow along, good morning, Ruth Ann. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you are here. Thank you for the sunshine. We were supposed to have sunshine all day long, but it's only supposed to get up to 82. So not nearly as miserable as it was. So yay. So in this story, what I want you to listen to is how she kept perpetuating her own difficulty by hanging on, by doing the ain't it terrible, horrible, awful. She is unwittingly perpetuating her own misery. How many of us do that? Every single one of us. Welcome to humanity, right? But we have a choice. We have a cortex choice. We can choose when we're ready to bless something or someone on their way, bless a bad event that happened, bad quotes, event that happened to us on its way. Hang on to the lessons. Let go of the circumstances, okay? Hang on to the lessons Let go of the circumstances. Because in that way, you're helping yourself not have to endure those kinds of circumstances again. If you get it, there's no reason for the lesson to repeat, right? So, this is chapter 8, page 97. The title of the chapter is When in Doubt, Clean. And it means cleaning your energy field, cleaning your behaviors, your thoughts, all the things. This particular part is called the karma torch. Quote is by Carl Jung: "What you resist persists." We'll just let that settle for a moment. What you resist persists. Carl Jung. So she says, my client Julie kept calling about brutal, endless divorce proceedings she was in. She claimed all she wanted was to be done and never lay eyes on her soon-to-be ex again. But she fixated on him like a crazed stalker, even driving by his apartment to peer in the windows at night. She funneled him constant hatred and resentment. Think about that. Hatred is quite the connector, isn't it? Do you want to be feeding that connector? Do you want to have yourself unwittingly wedded to whatever is the object of your hatred? Because that's what you're doing. You're welding yourselves together with the hatred. I mentioned that her outrage kept her as karmically bound as when they were first married, even preventing the divorce. Plus, the anger encircled her like a blazing ring of fire that blocked all good, including a potential new partner. Thank you, Abigail. I appreciate the Carl Jung quote there. That's awesome. How could anyone enter without getting third-degree burns? Ironically, negative emotions leash us to the very people we say we long to escape. So a great question to ask yourself if you're in one of these loops is, what am I getting out of this? And what am I afraid to lose? What do I think I'm going to lose if I let go of all this anger, rage, yucky karmic connection, etc.? What am I afraid I'm going to lose? Because if we weren't afraid we were going to lose something, we would let it go. So, ironically, negative emotions leash us to the very people we say we long to escape. They create the likelihood that we will magnetize them back again for another round through our sheer attachment in this lifetime or another. Or they draw new folks who are astonishingly close mimics of the old. How many second marriages were exactly that, especially those rebound, I didn't give myself the time I needed to heal marriages, and you end up with someone who repeats the same pattern with you. They may seem like an entirely different person. Whatever the karma was that repeats may occur in a very different way, but it's the same shit, different day. Okay? You know, this is Tosha talking. You know, I'm a true spiritual pragmatist. I've forgiven so many folks all kinds of nutty stuff this life just for peace of mind and happiness. She sets herself free. She sets herself free. Different than condoning hurtful actions, forgiveness simply sets you free. It's that basic. However, release doesn't always come automatically, especially if the ego has forged an identity out of how you were done wrong. When you label yourself the victim, you keep feeding that victim thing over and over, the machine, the victim machine. Good morning, Gwen. We have some excellent examples of people who are playing the victim machine all the time these days, right? All the time. Here's who done me wrong today. Yeah. So here's a plan I shared with Julie. It releases all forms of toxic emotional ties, especially hurt and anger. So pick some of these, do some of these. If it's a really awful situation, do them all. And at the end, do them all repeatedly. Okay? So the first one is write a letter that won't be sent. Let yourself say absolutely everything you ever wish to say to this person. Write and write and write without restraint or editing. I've had people do this in sessions when I was doing psychotherapy. And they'd write and write and write. And sometimes they'd be jabbing at the paper with the pen. All the things. Yep. without restraint or editing. Swear, scream, defame, curse, whatever it takes. Don't stop until you're really done. Julie wrote over 30 pages. Burn the letter. Make it a ceremony. Make it a ceremony to burn this letter. And you say, well, Bonnie, I'm in an apartment building. I can't do that. Go out on your little stoop. Do it there. Do it in the bathtub. Take the battery out of the smoke alarm for 10 minutes. Do it in the bathtub. Okay, whatever. Burn the letter. You can do ceremonial shredding. I've had clients do ceremonial shredding. That's very powerful as well. Then take a bath of strong Epsom salt water, feeling as you soak that all negative attachments to this person are being pulled from your body and energy field. As the water goes down the drain, imagine everything else goes too. If no tub, showers can work with a salt scrub. Okay, so there's your step 2. Write the letter. Well, it's step 3, I guess. Burn the letter. Take the strong Epsom salt bath. Burn sage or any cleansing herb such as cedar or frankincense. Bring the smoke through your whole body from head to toe, front to back, just wafting it over yourself. Do the bottoms of your feet. Yep. Let's see. Imagine any final psychic cords attaching to you melting away. They're like ropes of energy that bind us to people. You'll feel them leave. When I do a cord cutting ceremony with a client, they'll oftentimes feel like it either melts or it snaps, or the one that I do, there's Archangel Michael's present with a cobalt blue sword, and either they ask Archangel Michael to cut those cords for them, or they take the sword themselves and cut those cords. Okay? Release any pictures, letters, or objects from the person that fill your home. Those hold their psychic prana or energy, making it much harder to cut free. They may even reattach cording if you dwell on them. Let them go. And if you purchase things like I do, secondhand things, etc., set the intention that when it comes through your door, all of the old karmic energy attached to it is shed. Let it go. Let it go. If it's clothing, I always wash it because I feel that's one way to cleanse it of its energy. If it's stuff, I usually wipe it off anyway, whatever it is. So just imagine that you're cleansing all the karmic energy in addition to any dust and whatever else is on there. Pray for closure. Ask the universe to let you completely release this matter. In fact, you can put this matter in your God jar. Good morning, Tina. Glad you are here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You are welcome. This does me so much good, and I'm hoping it does you all so much good. We have so much stuff to work our way through and get on with our lives, right? The universe intends for us to have a beautiful life. We need to do our part to make that happen. And all of these steps, whichever one you would pick to start with, you might start with burning the sage. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. You may find you need to do all the steps. Some of you may find it's such a toxic thing that you need some assistance. We do a cord cutting, whatever. Some of you may feel like I just write the letter and burn that and I'm good. I'm good. You'll know. You will know. Okay, so pray for closure. Ask the universe to let you completely release this matter. Ask to be able to forgive the past and be carried into a new time. A version of a prayer could be, this entire relationship now belongs to divine order. It is in God's hands, and I am open to a miracle of completion. The situation now unfolds in the perfect way for the good of all. I love that one. That line right there is worth $1 million. The situation now unfolds in the perfect way for the good of all. And then you can let it go, having faith and trust that that is indeed how it's going to go. So if it unfolds in some weird, bizarre, what the heck is that way, know that that is the perfect way for the good of all. Sometimes it doesn't unfold the way we want or think it ought to, but in the way that it's meant to. I needn't fear letting go. My needs are always met. Let me repeat that. I needn't fear letting go. My needs are always met. Then, well, first I want to go back to that little piece. There was something in there I wanted to grab. Hang on. Ask to be able to forgive the past. Sometimes when we're working on forgiveness, we're just not there yet. We're just not there yet. But we want to demonstrate that we're open to getting there. So you can ask as many layers removed as you need. Okay, Spirit, help me be ready, willing, and able to let this go. Okay, now I'm ready, but I'm not willing. So help me be willing and able to let this go. Okay, now I'm ready and able, but I'm still not willing. Help me be ready, willing, and able to let this go. You may work yourself through a process of that. Help me be willing to talk to so and so. I'm not willing to talk to so and so right now, but help me be willing to talk to so and so we can get this done and move on. Okay. Next step, send blessings to them and to yourself. I bless them on their way. I bless them on their way. I bless them on their way. And your kid self might be screaming, no, we've got to hang on to this misery, whatever. I bless them on their way. I bless them on their way. I want to be willing to bless them on their way. I want to be ready, willing, and able to bless them on their way. All the things, right? You just keep working with it. This one can be tough, but it is actually the most important. See each of you moving on. And when it's the end of a relationship, that can be really hard, seeing your former partner moving on, maybe into another relationship. Bless them on their way. It is not for you to hang on to cling to. You've set yourself free, or they've set you free. Honor that. Work with it. As best you can work with it, keep working with it. Be willing to see them at peace. Be willing to see yourself at peace. Be willing to let go of your status as victim, okay? And that can be hard for a lot of us. That can be really hard for a lot of us. Sending them blessings, ironically, breaks any attachment once and for all. And this has nothing to do with condoning any ways they hurt you. It simply means you bless them nonetheless and are done. If you feel stuck, you can pray for the willingness to do this. It will come. Julie had such a force field of fury about this guy, she repeated the process 3 full times. All those steps 3 full times. My guess is she noticed some differences. So the poison pen letter maybe went from 30 pages to 10 pages to 2 pages each time she did it. That's progress. That's progress. If you feel stuck, you can pray for the willingness to do this. It will come. Julie had such a force field of fury for this guy, she repeated the process 3 full times until she felt complete. A week later, he wrote, suddenly agreeing to make concessions he had been stubbornly resisting. Her new destiny could begin. She had set herself free. Now, here's the thing. Don't be doing this process with a new attachment to a particular outcome. If I do all this stuff, they're going to agree to what I want, and then I'll truly be free. Nope, nope, nope. When I agree to this process, when I do this process, I am truly setting them free. However it unfolds, it unfolds. I trust it unfolds in divine right order and divine right timing for the good for all of us, including myself and that person. It's very much a freeing up of, not attaching more strings, okay? So that's our chapter for today. The karma torch. The karma torch. So, is this easy? Absolutely not. Is it simple? In some ways, yes. In some ways, yes. You're freeing that person to move on, and you're freeing yourself to move on. Okay? So, give it a whirl. Take some steps and try some things. If you're highly reluctant to do this, start with one step. Maybe it's, I'm going to locate some sage. I'm going to buy some sage. Fabulous. A good step. Bless them on their way. Yes, absolutely. So have an awesome Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are, including releasing all of this old karma that no longer serves. Bye-bye.